Hello beautiful people, welcome or welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to go over adding a product or a simple product to your WordPress website. But before we hop into that, I do have this right here that I did create so that we can understand the different product types, because I will be having future videos showing how to upload or add these particular products as well. So in today's video, we're going to focus only on the simple product, and I'm going to show you how to add it and then how it also looks on the shop page. And then for future videos, we'll get into the rest of these. So first and foremost, if you're going to be adding products to your WordPress website or any website, you need to understand the different types of products, okay? So a simple product means that you just have one product and it's no color variations, there's no size variations, it's only this product that is getting sold. There isn't any different colors for it or anything like that. So let's just say you custom make hats and you only made, because it's custom made, you only make one at a time. No, you can't make this one over and over and over again to constantly sell because it's a custom design. That will go under the simple product. Digital product, I'm pretty sure is self-explanatory in 2025, but digital product just mean anything that is not tangible. So if a person goes to your website and when they make their purchase of this product, they get an email with whatever it is they just bought, that is considered a digital product. In most cases, we are familiar with this being ebooks. So just think of an ebook or an e-guide or a template. Those are considered digital products. The next one we have is a variable product. So it's similar to the simple product over here, but instead with the variable products, this is saying that they come in multiple sizes or multiple colors or multiple something else. So a variable product just means it's one of the same product, but they come in different variations. So like you see, I have different colors for this cap. Then you have something called a grouped product. So a grouped product is just as simple as it sounds. It's basically saying you have more than one product that you group together and people can purchase it in a group. In most cases, you would notice group products being with something like electronics, where maybe you can buy the system, then you also can buy a controller or two controllers, and then you can also get the controller charger and things like that. That's kind of like your grouped product. But in this example here, all I have is the cap, the shirt, and the shoes to show you guys how a group product would be. So people can go on this grouped product and then they'll see the shirt. They can get however many shirts they want. They can get the cap and they can get the shoes. This is what you consider a grouped product. And then last but not least, you have an affiliate product. So if you are that person who are big on brand deals, or maybe you're an affiliate for a lot of different programs and you're just making your website eligible for people to see your affiliate product, then you can also do that here. I'm going to break down and show you guys how to do all of these over the course of a series. So the first one we're going to be focusing on in today's video will be the simple product. Okay, so the first thing that must be done is to install a plugin that will grant you e-commerce functionality. Right out of the box, Woocommerce dashboard will look something similar to this, and you will not be able to add products. As you see, there is no product tab over here. But what we need to do is go here to plugins, and we're going to go to add plugin. With WordPress, there is this plugin called Woocommerce. Just going to type that in. Woocommerce is a app or plugin that you can install on your WordPress website that will give you e-commerce functionality in terms of adding products and selling products. So it'll be this one right here. Just go ahead and click install, and once it's installed, go ahead and activate it. Now, once it's installed, it'll prompt you to this screen right here, and you can go ahead and start setting up your store, or you can skip the guided setup. When it comes to setting up your store, they're just going to ask you basic questions: the name of your website, what products are you going to be selling, where country are you in, and etc., etc. It's the basic setups. I'm not going to go through that. I'm going to go ahead and skip the guided setup. I'm just going to go ahead and choose the country. Now it's going to say that it's turning on the lights to grant you the e-commerce functionality. So after it reloads, you will notice that you now have this tab on the left hand side with some other tabs right here. So first and foremost, you now have the WooCommerce tab right here. This is just going to show you the different things that you have to get set up in order to launch your actual store. I'm not going to go through each one of these for now. We're only going to be focusing on step 2, which is adding the products. But as you see, you have a lot that you can go ahead and set up right here. You also can see your orders underneath this WooCommerce tab, the different customers. So as people are actually purchasing from your website, you'll be able to see all the different customers that you have with their email. You can also do coupons. You can check out your reports. There's some settings and some other stuff here that we will go over in future videos. And then now you see, we actually see a products tab where we are able to actually add a new product or see all of our products. We can actually do categories, tags, attributes, and etc. You also have these 3 other tabs here that came with WooCommerce, which is just your payment setup, your analytics for your shop, and some marketing stuff right here. We're not going to focus on all of that, so let's go ahead and go to products and add new products. So like I said before, we're going to be doing one simple product like right here. So if I go back to here, let's just go ahead and create our first simple product. So let's just say I want to create a t-shirt. And what I'm going to do is actually give this a better name and say anime t-shirt. Anime is pretty bar. Let's not do that because anime t-shirt might seem like it'll have variations, right? So let's not do anime. Let's be a bit more specific since this is a simple product. So let's just say Dragon Ball Z t-shirt. Go with that. So right underneath the product title, you see product description. So right here, you can add a lengthy description. So I'm going to show you guys what these look like. So when you are dealing with products, when you are building inside of WooCommerce, these are the single product pages that you will get after actually creating your products. So once you create a product, this is similar to what it will possibly look like, right? So you see right here, I have the description, and right here, I have another little description right here. So this will be your long description. Now, don't worry about placement because sometimes the description is placed underneath the bottom. And in this scenario, for this website that I created for a future tutorial, I actually have it right here on the side. But essentially what you want to take note is that you have your long description in one spot, and then you have a shorter description that's placed somewhere else. So this one right here is your product description, aka the long product description. So I'm just actually going to go back and take that description just because I need some content. Let's just take this and just pop it in right here. And then we're going to scroll down and you see we have the product data. So again, where I was telling you, you have different types of products. This drop down will allow you to be able to choose the type of product you're creating. So in this tutorial, we're creating a simple product, so I'll leave it at simple product. I don't have to worry about these 2 right now because these are not downloadable. They're actual physical products, so I'm not going to touch any of these. Then underneath the general tab, you see you have the regular price and the sale price. So what does that mean? You have a regular price. Let's just say this t-shirt, this Dragon Ball Z t-shirt is $15. But I want to actually give it a sale price of, let's say people can get this right now for only $9.99. You can actually schedule the sale price as well. So on normal days, the price of this shirt is $15, but for right now, I want to throw a sale where you can get it for $9.99. That's essentially what this means. If you click schedule, you can actually go ahead and choose the dates at which you want this sale price to be eligible. So let's just say you only want this to be eligible during Christmas time. Then you would put from the from date. Let's close that. You will choose your from date being somewhere in December. I'm just going to go back to 2024 because it was quicker, but you can choose somewhere in December. And then the to date will be somewhere after December or whatever, your dates of what you want your sale price dates to be. So essentially, the schedule feature just lets you set dates of which the sale price will be going on. And honestly, this is a really good feature because it allows you to not have to come back in here and turn or delete this sale price. You can go ahead and schedule it that way. It'll be finished when you choose it to be done with, and you no longer want people to pay this sale price. I hope I just didn't ramble on too much, but that's just what that is in short. The next tab we have is the inventory tab. So you have your SKU. You can always choose this little question mark right here, but obviously it's just your stock keeping unit. So this is just what's going to help. Let's just say you have barcodes, because in a previous business, I actually had barcodes. Each individual product did have their own SKU. That way you can easily keep up with inventory. Now, a lot of people are not using this unless they're either planning to be a large e-commerce or they already are a large e-commerce. That's where this will come into play. Also, if you're reselling any other products, you can also put the SKU number here, and it's good for not customer, but optimization on Google. So when people are searching the SKUs, your product could possibly pop up. So that's where the SKUs come into play, but most time they're not used. Then you can also skip this piece here because again, has something to do with barcodes and things as such. So we're going to skip those. If you don't know what those are, you can always choose this little question icon right here to get more information. The next thing you have is the stock management. So if you want to, let's just say, your website to showcase the quantity and allow people to see how many are in stock, that way you can also be notified from WordPress or WooCommerce when your stock is low. That's where this will come into handy. So let's just say you have 5 products, and let's just say for this Dragon Ball Z t-shirt, you only have 1 of them, or let's say you only have 5 of them right now. You can go ahead and choose the quantity. Most times, depending on your product, you're going to probably have about 100, maybe even 50 in stock at the moment, and that's where that comes into play. Then you have allow back orders. Now, this is only going to be accessible or needed for you in your brand if you want people to still purchase orders when the quantity is 0. So back orders just mean people can order this product even with you being out of stock. So as you see right now, we just said that our stock quantity is 50 pieces. We have 50 Dragon Ball Z t-shirts. But once this quantity goes to 0, if you choose allow, this would mean once this goes to 0, people can still purchase the Dragon Ball Z t-shirt. And it will just notify you that you have a new order. So when you do get some more in stock, you can go ahead and ship it out. You can also do allow but notify customer, which I definitely agree to use. If you're going to be allowing back orders, choose this one. This is the best one, because it will notify the customers that it's not in stock, but once it is in stock, you will ship it out. But in most cases, people just do not allow, because back orders can be crazy. So, you do what you will. And then you have the low stock threshold. So this is just saying when your quantity gets to a certain amount. So let's just say, well, it's automatically on 2, but it's saying when your quantity drops to 2 or whatever number you set here, then it will definitely start to notify, and it says right here, when the product stock reaches this amount, you will be notified by email. It is possible to define different values for each variation individually. Again, the low stock threshold, it will just notify you that your stock is low, which I feel like it should definitely be on if you're going to have the stock management. But if you turn it off, you see all of that goes away, and all you have to worry about is the stock status. So let's say you don't want to do the stock management because you don't have a large e-commerce store. If you uncheck that, now all you see is the stock status. So for this Dragon Ball Z t-shirt, is it currently in stock? Is it out of stock? Or is it only on back order? So in stock would be perfect for this Dragon Ball Z t-shirt. I wouldn't do out of stock because there's no point of having to, shop if you're going to have it out of stock. But on back order would be perfect for you if, let's just say, you do, again, maybe you do custom Dragon Ball Z t-shirts or custom t-shirts in general. You might want someone to be able to go ahead and purchase the order, and then you prepare it for them and then ship it out. So again, these settings right here are going to be totally up to you. And then you also have sold individually. So let's just say you only want people to purchase this Dragon Ball Z t-shirt one time, then you can just toggle that on right here. Then you have your shipping settings where you can put in the weight, the size, dimensions of the product, and also the shipping class. This is going to be super important if you want to charge differently or you want to charge accordingly based on the product. So when you are shipping stuff, if you're new to, selling things online, your weight and the dimensions and all that stuff plays a big role as to how much you will be paying once you drop your products off at the post office. So I would definitely say look into this, know the weights of your products, know the dimensions of your products, and then choose a shipping class, and we will get into shipping classes in a future video. Then you also have linked products. So if, let's just say, we had other products, we could link this Dragon Ball Z t-shirt to other products here. Upsells just mean this t-shirt is similar to another t-shirt. Why don't you get both of these? And then when it comes to cross sales, you have similar products to this. So Dragon Ball Z t-shirt, maybe the cross sale might be, a one piece t-shirt, basically the same exact t-shirt but a different anime. So that's where the linked products will come into play, and we'll talk about those a little bit later. Then you have your attributes. We're not going to get into this because this is going to be associated with our variable products. When it comes to variable products, you will need attributes and you will need variations. But for this video, we're only focusing on the simple product, so this one or this tab is not needed. And then we have the advanced, which is just some purchase notes. So this is just to say when people order this Dragon Ball Z t-shirt, you can always leave a little note that will show up when they purchase this order. And then underneath here, you do have the product short description. So if you remember here, we have this overly long, or it's not that long, but we have more so of a longer description. But right here, we have a short description. And you can even tell that on this other one right here, I told you this little note of information right here is considered your short description. So it can be set up however you want. So for here, we can also, let me go back and grab that. I'm going to just copy that and just paste it here. And now you see I have my short description. Because when you're actually building out your single product page, you'll be able to see these, which I will show you in just a bit. So now I'm going to go back up to the top, and now you see we have some stuff over here on this right side panel right here. So right here is just the publishing tab. This will allow you to either preview what you already have, save the draft if you're not completed with this product, and you also have some mini stuff right here. So again, the status, the visibility, whether you want this to be public or you want this to be hidden, private, or whatever, you can choose that here. And you can even schedule the publish. Let's just say you're making this product for Black Friday, and it's around that time of Black Friday, and you want to actually have this published live on midnight. You can actually do that by editing the publishing schedule right here. I don't really use these unless, like I said, for particular, times. And you can go ahead and publish, but of course we're not doing that right now. So the first thing you have underneath this tab will be the product image, and your product image will be the first image that displays for this particular product. So you see our product is the Dragon Ball Z t-shirt, so our first image needs to be the actual t-shirt. So I can show you this by going over here. As you see on the shop page for this herb shop that I did, each product has a first image. The image that displays first for the product is technically this product image right here. Also, let's go back to it, if you were to click on the product, the first image that shows over here on the left hand side is also the first image that we will place right here. So for the Dragon Ball Z t-shirt, I'm going to go ahead and upload my photo. We got a Dragon Ball Z t-shirt off Google right here. Really, really nice t-shirt. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in. So as you see, for our Dragon Ball Z t-shirt, our first product image, or the main product image, is right here. Underneath that, you have the product gallery. So this means you can put multiple products underneath after this one is actually going to be shown. So again, going back to this product, as you see, we have more items or pictures right here that we can go through. Well, it's only one other one, but as you see, this would technically be the gallery images. So it's basically the sub images to your main product image. So for this one, I'm going to go underneath the gallery and I'm going to choose my other photo. Now, as you see for the product gallery, I have 2 additional Dragon Ball Z t-shirts. Now, obviously, you would make sure that the product gallery is not other t-shirts. It's technically the same t-shirt with different angles or different images, but for the purpose of this video, I don't actually have this. I'm just picking these photos off Google, but in general, I'm pretty sure you get the picture. Your main product image will be the first one right here. That'll be the first one that's shown, and then your product gallery will just show different angles of this same exact product, different types of images, and etc., etc. Then underneath that, you have the product categories. Now, there's 2 ways you can go about product categories. If you actually sit down and determine how your products and stuff will be structured on your website, you can also go over here back to the left hand side underneath the products, and you can go to categories and you can set in all of your categories right there. That way, every time you add a new product, you can just choose one by clicking on the check right here. But right now, as you see, we don't see any other ones. We just see uncategorized because we did not go ahead and do it over here. So that's just a tip for you. If you already know what type of product categories and tags and all that stuff you're going to have, you can honestly just go ahead and start off by doing this. That way you don't have to constantly add them every time you add a new product. Well, for the purpose of this video, you can also do it this way. So for the product categories, I'm going to add a new category, and this one will go under the anime t-shirts. So let's just say I'm going to do a entire shop on t-shirts, and this particular category or this particular product will go underneath the category anime t-shirts. And I'm going to go ahead and add new category. And as you see, it's now already checked, and this product will be shown underneath this category. You can also do that same thing with the tags. You can go ahead and put in your tag. So maybe it'll just be tag t-shirts, then maybe Dragon Ball Z, and of course you can go on with as many tags as you would like. You can also do brands. So let's just say I have an esthetician client who she sells different types of skincare products, but they're from different brands. So here she would add in her different brand types for her products. So this will come in handy if you use that as well. For this video or this tutorial, I don't need the brand, so you can just keep it blank. And that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do is go back to general. I already make sure I have my price, my sale price, and my inventory. I need it in stock, and that's pretty much it. So we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. And once the product is published, you will see it says right here that the product is published, and you can view the product, or you can even click on the URL right here. So I'm just going to right click and open this in a new tab. And don't mind the header. This is from a previous tutorial. If we just scroll down a bit, you see that we see our product right here. We see our gallery images right here. And we also see that short description. Remember earlier we had a short description. I put that there. You see that we can see the sale price, because the original price we set was $15, but we set the sale price of $9. As you see, it automatically generates that for you on the product page. And you can see the category that we gave it, which was anime t-shirts, and the tag of Dragon Ball Z and t-shirts is showing right here. Now, this is all up to you. You don't necessarily have to have it styled like this. We're going to get into styling a single product page later this week, so be sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. And then down here, you see the long description that we did right here. So as you see, once you do install the Woocommerce tab right here or plugin, you will then get the products tab where you can add your new products. You do all the settings. Let's close this out. It's bothering me. You can do all of your settings here in terms of the description, your price, the inventory, the single product images, and the gallery images, your short description, and even your categories and your tags. Once you do all of that, it will be automatically generated right here for you on the single product page. So let me just go back, because that's actually another thing I do want to make note. When you actually add the WooCommerce plugin in, I told you guys you're going to notice these new tabs right here, which will be the product tabs and the payment, marketing, and things like that. What I also forgot to mention is that it also generates some pages for you. So if we just go to pages, all pages, you would now see, well, before I didn't show you, but you will see that you have the cart, checkout, my account, and also the shop page. All of these pages were generated the moment we chose to make our website a e-commerce functionality. So the moment we decided that we wanted that and we installed this WooCommerce plugin, it came with these other tabs as well as these additional pages. So like the shop page. So now if I were to just right click and view this page, obviously remember y'all, it's not going to be styled up because I did not style it. But as you see, we now have a default shop page already showing right here our one product, which is our Dragon Ball Z t-shirt. It automatically shows the sale price. It actually gives it a badge showing that it's on sale, and we have the add to cart button. So that's just a quick little video on how to add a simple product. In the next video, we're going to be diving into adding a digital product to the website. So be sure you guys are subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next video.